Yo, what's good? It's your boy Big Steve, and tonight's another episode of Go Blue After Dark, where we smoke and talk Michigan football. So let's get into it. So this past Saturday, Michigan defeated Rutgers 31-7 at the Big House to move on to 4-0, and Jim Harbaugh first game back from suspension and 1-0 in the Big Ten. And just to point out a couple things. First off, the defense balled out. D-line really stepped up big. Kenneth Grant is turning into a monster. The Chris Jenkins, being that we had, to me, our best D lineman was out. Mason Graham was out with a hand injury. So with that being said, that defense stepped up majorly. Just to go over their offense right quick, their quarterback, who's a mobile dual threat quarterback, went 11 for 21, 180 yards, 1 touchdown, rushing yards. He also led the team in rushing with 6 carries, 28 yards. And their running back, Cal, had 11 carries for 27 yards, no touchdowns. And I feel that's a great stat being that he was the leading rusher coming into this game in the Big Ten. So excellent job by the Michigan defense. Receiving-wise, Christian Dreno, 3 catches, 85 yards, and a touchdown. And so with that being said, I feel like they was picking on Wallace a couple times, but other than that, defense came up big, holding their leading running back to 27 yards. You can't ask for much better play than that. Just a quick couple other things I noticed. I don't know if it was just me, but I didn't see Keon Sabb in the game. I don't know if he's hurt. I saw Rob Moore return. Didn't play too much in the first half. I think he played majority of the second half. Washington, the 5th-year senior, came up big, some big tackles. So overall, this defense, Mike Sickerstell with the interception, and I'm pretty sure just like me, everybody was wondering what the fuck is going on when he kept running. Like, the play is over. But he's a playmaker. El Capitan. I called him El Capitan. He's the playmaker. That was a game-changing touchdown. 17-7, 4th and 2. They get that first down, that game changes. Even though Will Johnson kind of blew it up anyway, but that was a big-time play by Mike Sickerstell. Overall, Derek Moore balled out. We didn't have any sacks, being that he's a mobile quarterback. They run an option. I wasn't expecting too many sacks, but Derek Moore came up big with a bunch of tackles. He was second in the team on the team with tackles. 5 tackles, 1 solo, and a tackle for loss. So shout out to Derek Moore. So overall, defense balled out. We definitely needed that game to get started in the regular season. They didn't get too much work, I felt, in the preseason. So that was definitely a good test coming from a team where they were the leading rushing team in the Big Ten coming into that game. Offense didn't look as sharp as they could. They should. JJ had a kind of shaky start, kind of missed some throws to Colston Love and threw it behind him. Roman Wilson threw it way too far. It was a from hash to hash to hash. That's an NFL throw. So that's a throw where you got to make sure you can get that throw there, because just like the TCU game, when you throwing in the flats like that, you taking a chance of a pick six. So, 15-21, 214 yards, touchdown. He played all right. I like that he ran the ball a lot more. Running game, Blake Corum, 21 carries, 97 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's looking like he's really getting back into form. That touchdown where I saw him dragging that D lineman into the end zone really gave me some confidence that his legs was back. JJ, 7 carries, 51 yards. If he can do that every other game when he need to, we unstoppable. That's exactly what we need. Because last year that hurt us. If you're not going to use the quarterback to run the ball, running the option is just a waste of time. Colston Loveland, 5 catches, 75 yards. Dude's a beast. Dude's a beast. Roman Wilson, Colston Loveland, Donovan Edwards. Those need to be our 3 receiving targets. Cornelius, he's dependable when you want somebody who's going to catch that slant across the middle, make a big play every now and then. That's Cornelius Johnson. But as far as a consistent threat against the defense, Roman Wilson, Colston Loveland, Donovan Edwards, that's a major tandem. And being that Mullins looked it real good, I know it was the end of the game, but the dude looked like he runs with power. I felt like that's what we missing right there. Lightning is okay, but we need that thunder. And Khalil Mullins, I know he got the big fumble against TCU last year, but that dude looked good running that ball. His knees was up, feet kept moving. He was attacking the holes. He didn't get tackled in the backfield not one time. So not saying that, he need to be over Donovan Edwards. I just feel like Donovan Edwards probably can play a bigger role as just strictly staying out of receiver, give him about 4 or 5 carries a game, but give him about 6, 7 targets out there receiver. But yes, Khalil Mullins, 6 carries, 40 yards. Donovan Edwards, 6 carries, 13 yards. And the difference I feel is Mullins, you're not going to tackle him with just one person. He's the thunder that we need right now. He needs to get more carries. I was thinking that Benjamin Hall could have been that guy. He's a bigger guy just like Mullins, but we need to give Mullins more carries early in the game because that can really change the dynamic of this offense. Give career, I cannot say his first name, Khalil. Give Khalil Mullins more carries. Please, Sherrod Moore. Receiving, Colston Loveland, 5 catches, 75 yards. Like I said, dude's a beast, man. That 35-yard catch, when he made that catch, because I saw the safety coming over. I didn't even see Loveland going up. I just saw the safety like, oh, shit. Why would you throw that, JJ? And when he made that play, it was just like, yo, this dude's a star. I know Barner came over, but it's not even close. This dude is out there making top 10 plays, and he's only a true sophomore. That sophomore class is looking real good right now. Him, Derek Moore, Kenneth Grant, Mason Graham, Will Johnson. We got some bona fides. Keon Sabb, the middle linebacker from Nebraska. But Roman, the Will Deal Wilson, 3 catches, 59 yards. Dude's a monster. Donovan Edwards, 2 catches, 41 yards. And the freshman, 2 catches, 26 yards, and a touchdown. A.J. Barner, 3 catches, 13 yards. He's kind of consistent as far as catching those tight balls, but catching those tight passes in small spots. He's consistent in that area, but as far as tight end one, it's Colston Love, and it's not close. But Samaje Morgan, dude, that was the receiving catch that throw the ball and let your receiver make a play. And that's one thing I feel JJ is willing to do, which being back in the past with Shea Patterson, nope. He's going to hold on to that thing, take a sack, fumble, some crazy shit. That pass right there, back shoulder, 1-on-1 on the end zone, right there on the line, that's a confident throw to a receiver who's looking good. Like I said, I really like Michigan freshman receiving class right now. The sophomore class, we haven't saw much of Clemens yet. Moore's been looking good, but so overall, I think Sherrod Moore called a good game. I really think, sometimes we still too many runs up the middle. But if you replace Donovan Edwards with Khalil Mullins, that can actually work. That can actually work. Because he's hitting it, man. That dude's running hard. I can see what Jim Harbaugh sees in him. He has a NFL potential running style. He's going to be on somebody's NFL team. He's that running back. You give him the ball, he's going to get you 3 to 4 yards. He's not looking to shake nobody. He's getting the ball and he's running for it. And so I know he's on everybody's shit list. Hell, he's still on my shit list from that TCU game. He did make the pass against Ohio, so he has made some good plays at Michigan. But it's been the reason why Jim Harbaugh has kept this guy around. And we saw it a couple years ago in the spring game, but just that little dose last game, like I said, I know it was the last quarter of the game. Defense was probably kind of tired, but you could just see the way he runs. He runs like a bigger version of Blake Corum did with Heat last year, where Blake Corum would just going and get 4 or 5 yards. He's a little bigger than Hassan Haskins, but he runs like he's looking to hit somebody. So that's something we should take advantage of. I say defense did their thing. Offense played all right. It wasn't too sloppy. A couple missed throws here and there, but other than that, everything's looking all right. Everything looks like it's clicking. Let's get Roman Wilson involved more. Let's get Colston Loveland involved more. And let's definitely give Donovan Edwards more targets at receiver and less carries. He only has 6, but let's keep it around there. Let's see, can we give Khalil Mullins some carries early on in the first and second quarter and see how that works. But, hey, we could probably use all 3 of them. I think Donovan Edwards is a monster. He's a mismatch for anybody at receiver. If you put somebody big on him, take them deep. You put somebody small on him, trying to get him the ball behind the line of scrimmage on some Deebo Samuel type shit. But overall, great win. Now we own Nebraska, similar type of opponent. We know what they're going to try to do with their mobile off quarterbacks and trying to get some yards on the ground. But I think Mason Graham's supposed to be out another game. So that give Kenneth Grant some reps to really, I think that dude, him and Mason Graham, can be the top 2 D linemen coming back next year. If Jim Harbaugh can keep them another year, those dudes are going to be monsters. I'm pretty sure with the NIL, you probably get Benny to come back. You got Rob Moore come back. So we building something right now, and I like what Colston Loveland, man. Boy's a monster. So on in Nebraska, Michigan 31-7, 4-0, 1-0 in the Big Ten. Go Blue.